The black women you're dating, they should be fucking ashamed of themselves. And they're making us all look bad. I said what I said and I meant it.
Oh, I want all my clothes designer.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Dawn Marie here. And so today, I have a story time for you all. I don't know if it's a story time, but I'm gonna say it's a story time. It's more of like an incident that happened with me. Let's get into it. So it all started off by little old me being on Grindr. It's a problem all within itself because like me, like I'm not really the hookup type of person. Sometimes I give this app the benefit of the doubt. I just think like maybe, just maybe, I'll find someone who's not fucking a lunatic or trying to buy me or trying to have me send them my nudes for money or, you know, solicit my body. I was talking to this guy and he started saying things that really was rubbing me the wrong way. Everything was going good up until like he started talking about like Trump and like who he thinks is the greatest president. By all means, I think that everyone is allowed their opinion. Like, don't try and enforce your opinion on me, and if I don't agree with you. We were having a conversation. It all started with him saying, "White is right, huh?" And then he said, "I'm currently putting some Trump stuff on my truck." I was like, "Are you really doing that?" Like, I thought he was like trying to fuck with me. Usually men who are into trans women are usually, not saying all the time, but usually they do not like Trump and they're usually liberals and they just go for whatever is right. I was like, "Are you really doing that?" Just trying to see if he was serious. And he says, "No, I'm kidding, but I think he's the best president. What about you?" I think he likes to attack my community. He then went to say like black people after I was talking about like when I said he likes to attack my community. Black people are also my community. However, I was referring to the trans community when I said this. And he goes on to say, "I did actually donate money to build the wall." I corrected him and said, "No, trans people, is your entire family Republican too? I just want to know like where you're coming from, like what's going on." He's like, "Yes," and he has a point about the military thing, no offense. Are you trying to offend me? Because at this point, it just sounds like he's trying to offend me. It sounds like the person is just trying to get a reaction out of me. I'm still kind of like thinking like maybe this guy is joking, maybe he's not, but then I continue and say, "Everything you're saying to me is just turning me off. Like, I'm just like already over you. I know that I wouldn't date you as a person and I'm just over this conversation, quite frankly." He follows with, "No, I was just saying, just having a friendly conversation." Are you kidding? Like, are you seriously fucking with me right now? A friendly conversation is when a person and another person are asking about each other and what they do and what they enjoy, like little hobbies and what's your favorite color and little things like that. But no, he went right in for the punch. So you want to date trans people but don't think we have the right to serve for our country. We have to lead by example and dignity, being American citizen. First of all, citizens. Grammar check, please. It's just as bad as Black Lives Matter movement. I mean, all lives matter, right? I'm not a racist, I'm just being honest. Let's just take a moment to really go over what this person is saying. At this point, I'm like, this guy is clearly one-sided. He literally already has an opinion of what he wants to believe in, and that's completely fine, but it seems like he was kind of waiting for an opportunity to have this outlet to let this out on someone. And I ain't the one, sweetie, but I will let you have it if you're trying to try me. I responded with, "Black Lives Matter too." That's what this saying Black Lives Matter means. We were never saying your life didn't matter, sweetheart, and that's what makes me so upset. Sweetie, you're the problem. You are the root of the problem, because when we say Black Lives Matter, we are not saying Black Lives Matter only. We're saying Black Lives Matter too, along with all the other lives. He went to go on and say y'all. Okay, first of all, I hate this y'all word because it just makes me feel so attacked. Y'all act like it, TBH. All cops aren't bad. They are doing their jobs. My brother is a cop and my cousin is in the army, so I know. Oh, okay, yeah, you know from just one person being in law enforcement and then another person being in the army. Oh yeah, you know so much. He said, "We protect all these people's no matter race, just can't break the law, lol. Again, I'm not racist. Here he goes, you guys. Again, I'm not racist, but if I said white lives matter or white pride, you side-eye me. Well, sweetie, white people weren't the ones who were being made as slaves. Were you guys being whipped and being owned by black people? I don't think so. White lives have always mattered, but this saying black lives matter means black lives matter too. That's all we're saying. We're not trying to offend anybody else. We're just trying to make a point here that our lives matter too. Sorry about it. If you don't like it, thank you, next. I then follow with, once again, I never said all cops were bad, just like all white people aren't good. I agree that certain black communities can be a bit much, and it doesn't matter race. Consequences are consequences. You break the law, you will serve your time, period. I agree with, like, if a person breaks the law, there's going to be consequences, no matter what color you are. He then follows with, right, lol, and I'm just saying black people gotta chill. There's no such thing as white privilege, otherwise I'd be in the NBA with the Lakers or something. Okay. How are we taking politics and talking about skin color and then comparing it to being in the NBA? People who are in the NBA are there solely because of their talent and their hard work. If you're a lazy ass bum, you're not gonna make it to the NBA, sweetie. I am so sorry. If you're not gonna put in that work, if you don't meet certain height requirements, certain body and physicalities, you are not making it, sweetheart, because you are doing nothing to make this team better. So your point again is invalid, revoked, throw it in the trash. Then I follow with, we don't say Black Lives Matter because it's something fun for us to do. Black people were enslaved not too long ago. We let it go of discrimination, and racism still didn't exist in certain areas of the world. I understand your point being that you're a Republican and you have family in the force and in the army, but you have to look at all sides of things if you're going to speak up on it. Then he follows with, which I really don't understand how this started to come in between. Between gays and blacks, y'all act like everyone is against you. First of all, being gay has nothing to do with me, sweetie. I'm a trans woman. I am not gay, so where are you going with this? Like, society has to change moves or make things more friendly. For the LGBT agenda, like, do we need to know there's a CD princess to tell our kids that's retarded? I didn't really understand that part. If you guys did, let me know down in the comment box below, because I was quite frankly confused on that part and didn't know what he was talking about. I say, okay, never said you owned a black person, never said you were a part of it. You're only listening to what you want to, you're getting upset, and there's no need. We're having a conversation, keep it civil. Why do you have to get all crazy? I'm talking to you with no animosity, so please don't come at me like that. We're being adults, we're having a conversation, please let's keep it civil. But then he's like, I'm just telling you what I hear, I'm presenting facts, not trying to offend you. Sweetie, what facts? Facts according to whom? Do you know what the definition of a fact, sweetie? Siri, define fact. Used in discussing the significance of something that is the case. What you're presenting is not facts, these are opinions. I continued with, and don't say y'all to me as if I'm a part of the issue. I don't go down the street yelling out Black Lives Matter and yours does not. He continues with, someone's testy. I'm sure you advocate for LGBT right or wrong. Do you watch my YouTube channel or something? I was like, you must be a fan or something. Like, I'm pretty sure you watch my channel. He continues with, no, lol, I didn't know you had one. I've been on this app where I've heard too much nonsense. I can agree at this point that I'm a little flustered at this conversation because you're just presenting things that obviously don't make any sense. You're obviously trying to get a reaction out of me. You've obviously gotten a reaction out of me because I'm not just gonna let someone come up to me and say, oh, you know, black people this, LGBT people this, and not have any actual facts behind what they're saying, just all based off opinion and that emotion that person feels towards those specific things. Sir, you make no sense. I'm so sorry. Then he's trying to say, I feel like trans people are the champs at the victim game, worse than minorities doing it. Okay, you're just taking digs now. You're so immature. Then he says, I'm not. Why can't I just speak facts without you feeling a way about it? Sorry if it's true that black people play the victim card. You're going back and forth from gay people, black people, and then trans people. Pick a struggle here. Everything you're saying, you're just running in a circle and you absolutely make no sense. This is where it really like made me upset. Then he started with, but I tell you what though, nothing makes a black man mad than when you take their women. Do you have any black friends, like at all? And he's like, no, I assume you don't either, lol. Does online gaming friends count? Okay, now sweetie, you're being ignorant. you have no black friends. And it's very clear to me that you have no black friends, because if you did, they would put that ass in check and the shit you're saying to me would not have been able to fly over, and you would have got your ass handed to you a long ass time ago. So please. He tried to say that I don't have black friends. Like, I'm sorry. I was like, I do, quite a few. I wonder why you don't have any. And then he said, girls, probably just like you in terms of taste. Have you dated a black woman before? He then continues to say, yes, but she was white, basically kind of like you. People always come to me saying like, oh, Dawn, you sound white, you talk white, you act white, and all this, whatever. Just because I sound proper and I don't have to sound like all ratchet and ghetto does not mean that I think I'm white, or it doesn't mean that it necessarily has to be that I sound white. Like, why can a person sound like they have some common fucking sense and not have to sound white? Like, are white people the only people that make fucking sense in this world? I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry. I read, honey, I know my vocabulary. At this point, I was laughing like, this boy's a fool. What makes you think that I think I'm white? He's like, am I lying? I'm like, I'm very aware of my blackness, sweetie, and I don't pretend to be nothing else but. He tried it. He really, really tried it with your responses. I'm proper, yes. I'm educated, yes. And he's like, I'm just saying, most black women who like white guys hate their own men. I did make a few videos on here, and you guys can attest to that like why I don't date black men. But if you actually watch the video, you can see that I was saying that I don't date black men because it scares me, because I've seen and heard too many stories of black men killing trans women who are black also. It's not because I don't like black men or like I'm not attracted to them. And I've said that in many videos many times. I'm just trying to save my ass, save my life. And if you don't agree with that, then shame on you and fuck you, because I'd rather be here and alive than not be. I'm sorry. If you can understand that, then unsubscribe from my channel. Then I said, the reason I don't date specific black men is because they don't like me and think I'm a waste. If I find one that accepts me and family accepts me too, I'm all for it. He goes on, this is why black people amaze me, both guys and girls. Y'all grow up in the suburbs and talk shit on each other. I specifically said I don't date specific black men for reasons that other black trans men can attest to. No one's talking shit on black people, at least I wasn't. I don't know where you're getting that from. You have some issues that you gotta sort out with somebody else. I'm clearly not the one. I said, where are you even from? Chicago, where I see white dudes with black women. LOL, me and my friends say it's free pussy. We don't have to try because black dudes ain't shit apparently, and black women want this basic shit. I don't know what black kind of woman you're dating, but I'm not the kind of black woman that wants basic shit. If you're basic, I'm sorry. Thank you, next bitch, because I've been through too much and I've dealt with too many fuck niggas to get anything basic. I don't expect like fucking crazy gold and diamonds, but I don't expect no basic shit. I'm sorry. The black women you're dating, they should be fucking ashamed of themselves. And they're making us all look bad. I said what I said and I meant it. I continued with, I don't date any white guy who comes to my doorstep. Unlike those black women you all date in Chicago, I have standards. I know my worth. He said, LMFAO, I guess. I said, I will never date a person who doesn't reciprocate. He says, it's funny you say that. I can guarantee me or my friends could bag you. Oh. Listen, sweetie, you wish. See, this is the problem. A lot of you think that, oh, like, because Dawn likes white men and favors them amongst others, this is what you guys think, apparently. My ex-boyfriend wasn't white at all. Anyways, you guys think that every white man that comes into my DMs or who walks past me or even gives me a slight bit of their attention, that I'm just gonna fall head over heels in love with them. I still have standards, and I don't like every white guy that comes into my inbox. He said, I immediately send a pic, bam, get a response. No consideration as to what kind of dude I am. You just saw a big buff white man. I said, actually, I just so happened to be on as soon as you sent me a message. Convenience, definitely. Thought you were attractive, definitely. Then he says, unless you're shallow as hell and care about looks only. Of course I'm a white guy who wouldn't want me. Immediately, you can see that his privilege is reaping. It's reaping out of him. He sounds so dumb, Jesus. His privilege is so obvious. Like, he just thinks that he's the best. Like, I should have known that this conversation was gonna go this way when he started this conversation with right is right, huh? I said, Do I want to date you after this conversation? Probably not, because you are reeking privilege and you don't even know it. He's like, what privilege? Oh, so oblivious. And it's not even that. You've disrespected me many times in this one conversation and I'm not okay with it. I didn't say don this or don that. I replied with basically saying I'd open my legs for any white guy who came into my DMs. Nah, that's not how I roll, sweetie. Well, you said you love white men. Doesn't mean I don't favor other races too when it comes to dating. Plenty of white men come on here and message me and I don't even give them a second look. Because why? They're not my type. Everyone has a type. Even if they favor a specific race, certain people in that race are not gonna be their type. He said, but let's not ignore that you don't pick guys based on attraction. You'd be lying if you said no. I'm sorry, but what person doesn't pick a person they wanna talk to based off attraction at first glance? Of course, I'm going to respond to someone I'm attracted to. And then if they have an even better personality that will eventually overcome their looks, amazing. The guy could be a 10, but if his personality is shit, I don't want it. So then he tried to say that I'm arrogant because I'm transitioned successfully and I look good and now I have this arrogant complex to me and like shoo guys off and just act like I'm the shit. Like, no, you started this and I'm finishing it. That was basically it. He started rambling on about other shit that didn't make any sense. Overall, this person is clearly bigoted, is a racist towards black men and anyone who isn't a black woman that has interest in him. He only likes black women that act white. I wanted to let you guys know this story time because he just was grinding my gears and I screenshotted so quick before he can even try and like block me, which he never did. But I just wanted to get all the evidence and receipts, honey, because it was annoying as fuck. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments box below. Please sound off. Please let me know what y'all think. I hope none of you trans women who are active on Grindr ever have to meet this person. If you've had a similar experience, please let me know. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It would help me and you guys out. If you're new here and you don't really like talk much or comment down in my comment box below, please introduce yourselves. I like to get to know my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to me, all of my new subscribers. I love you guys so much. Please hit that notification bell also because the new algorithm is making it to where you guys aren't getting my notifications and you ask me why I don't post, but I actually did post, you just didn't see it. And share this video with your friends, why not? Have a good night or day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.